Welcome back. We're here today, brand new episode on the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast, episode 216. If you want to follow along and get the 3 big takeaways for today, as well as the show notes, head on over to ihp.coach/216. Let's dive into today's episode. It is all about turning your clients into advocates for your coaching business. One of the reasons why this is so important is because a true coaching business, especially if it's just you as a solopreneur, it is not difficult to really get that off of the ground within about 6 months, 12 months maximum, meaning like you should have a larger of a practices you are looking for within 6 months to 12 months. And I've gone back and I've talked about this on previous shows, but when you look at it, you don't need nearly as many clients as you think you need. You really don't. Most health coaches, like virtual health coaches, very few are going to need to do more than 10 hours a week of actual coaching appointments. And that's because if you're getting to do what you love, phenomenal, then you get to do that for 10 hours a week of coaching appointments. But then also, if you look at it just financially, well, you could be making $2,000 to $3,000 easily for each week. And so now you're taking care of your clients, you're taking care of your finances, you're making a really good income. And yes, you can always increase it. Of course, I found that over time, you naturally increase it because all the clients you worked with end up coming back to you in the future as well for additional appointments. Because again, why wouldn't they, right? Your health is not static. You just continue to work on bigger and better things. And I'm going to be teaching that here today. So bottom line is this: I want you to be as successful as you choose to be, and also define what success is for you. Success is not just about finances. It's not at all. It's about getting to do what you love with the people that you love to do with. And that's really such a big part of it. And then also being able to give back. So once you've gotten and you've kind of ascended those Maslow hierarchy of needs, hopefully you're teaching others, you're helping others and inspiring as well. So that's really what this is all about. All right, let's get into it. This is building off of last week's show. So I hope that you tuned into episode 214, 214, all right? If not, you can go back, you can check that out. And that's basically moving interested customers or potential clients to actual paying clients for your coaching career and business. And the reason why that's important is that, yes, you need to actually make money in order to have a business, but really, until a potential customer becomes a client, they're not going to follow any plans. And in order for them to get well, they actually have to begin a plan. So this picks up at the purchase last week. And then we're going to give you 5 steps here today. The first one, it reiterates what happens after the purchase. Okay, once they've made a purchase for your services, let's say it's 3 coaching appointments, right? Over 3 different months. Great. So we have to understand this is that the journey actually just begins once they've made the purchase. And really, it's that follow-up email that I shared with you last week. I won't go through that here today, but the follow-up email removes buyer's remorse. If you've never heard about buyer's remorse, it's this. You purchase a new car, you purchase a new piece of exercise equipment, you hire a new coach, and it costs money. And you're like, I don't know if I should have done that. Did I make the right decision? What if there was a better car, better coach, better whatever? Am I wasting my money? Those are the thoughts that go through most people's heads. Honestly, it does. That's most people. And so just you sending that follow-up email message that I spoke about and how you end your appointment removes the buyer's remorse. So you need to do that first. That's step 1. That is post-purchase. So that's why I wanted to include it today. The second one is this: adopt. So I'm going to give you kind of 1 words for each of these. So first is remove the fear of purchase, okay? Number 2 is adopt. That means that you need to get them to adopt your program, plan, protocol, whatever you like to call it, right? And it's not from an ego-based perspective. It's not like you have to do it my way. It's because you need to be able to help them affect change, or that's it. Nothing mattered. You got paid for sessions and appointments, fine, but they didn't get the results they wanted. And your job as a coach is to get people results, right? So what do you need to do though? Well, the way that you get them to adopt the plan is actually, we teach this in IHP Mastery. It's future casting. It's getting them to be inspired by what the future can hold if they follow this plan. Meaning, like, if you're feeling like you have bloating, gas, anxiousness, worried about going out to dinner, all of these things because you have digestive issues, just say, like imagine being able to go out to dinner to your favorite restaurant and not have to worry about the bloating or the gas or the distension that may come from eating some of those foods. And so all you're trying to do is you're trying to inspire your client, instill confidence in them that they can do it, and then the accountability, just let them know, like, listen, I'm not going to scold you. I want you to know if you mess up, if things happen, I'm here for you. That you check in with me once a week to make sure that we are on task, that we're getting things done. So you need to get them to adopt. That is the second one, right? So remove the fear of getting started with you. They made the right decision, right? And now we want them to adopt the plan, get started. And the third one is this. It's retain, right? So you want a client to say, okay, I'm doing the protocol, phenomenal. I'll see you never, right? Like that's the thing is like, that's what a lot of health coaches, I try to teach my own team the same thing is like a health coaching experience is not a one-off. And that's why I always disagreed with some of the initial people in like fitness and personal training. They only ever charged for one session at a time. I said, no, like you need to let people know that this is a journey. When you learn an instrument and you're working with a teacher, instructor, whatever it might be, you don't sign up for one session. You learn the piano, what do you get? The book and you get, like this is where your fingers go and then that's it. And then you're on your own. No, like, and I mean, what's more important, right? Learning to play a piano or learning to retune your body. Right? Of course you need a coach multiple times. You think that you give someone something like the CBO protocol for digestion and they're just going to be able to figure out everything in terms of their nutrition plan, when to add back what foods, how many days per week, what happens when they need to change their supplements in month 2 and month 3, right? What happens after the protocol? How do you ease things back in? How do you do the CBO finisher? No, the way that you get a client results is by working with them every 2 weeks to 4 weeks. It doesn't have to be an hour. It could be 30 minutes, but you need to have them know that this is a journey that you are on together. That's the way that it's going to work because then you won't get to these next 2 steps, which are really important, right? So expansion. How does a client, so for example, I've been doing this for a long time and I never have to take on new clients. Do I rarely take on a new client? And the reason is that my goal is to get people well. Like that's the thing. And they get well. So now that they've gotten well, you might think, well, you need to go and find more clients. And the answer to that is, or the rebuttal to that is, no, I do not. And the reason is that we always have new things to work on. That's the expansion, right? To expand. If I've helped a client with digestive issues, I say, why don't we now take a look at your hormonal health or your mitochondrial health or your heavy metals? And we'll do that every 90 days. We'll literally run different labs to work on. Hey, this looks great now. Why don't we see if your neurotransmitters need fine tuning? You say sometimes you have a little less energy in the morning. Why don't we take a look at that? And so there's always more to be working on. And they're inspired by that. They really are because they're like, great, how far can I take that? I do that with myself. So if you're someone like that, there are clients like that. And then of course, every year you're running your big 5 and then you can do your fancier tests in between that. And that's another 3 months. So that's always how I've done it. And clients love it. I mean, there's a certain perspective of clients that continually want to optimize their health. And that's why I'm coming out with HPH. You've heard me talk about this before, but this is what I do. This is what my high level VIP clients do. And I know it's what a lot of the IHPs and the IHP community wants. Well, what's the next level? How far can we take this? How do we reduce biological age? How do we wake up with even more energy? I'm telling you right now, if you wake up with untapped energy, meaning you always have energy in reserve, what would you do with that? Right? You'd have energy to be able to improve your relationships, improve your overall career and your spirituality, and do your own body transformation work and health-based work. So that's what it's all about. And I look forward to sharing that as well. But that's the next level. So then you give your clients the next level. And so you're working with the same clients that you'd love to work with. And then this happens. They become advocates for your business. So advocacy is the last one. So they've enjoyed their experience with you so much. Yeah, they may have struggled. They may have hit challenges. They may not have gotten their goals right away. Same with some of my clients. But we stuck with it together. And they loved that. They knew that they had a partner in health. And this partner in health was there with them through the joys and also the lows. And because of that, and then you've always provided them with what that next level is, they're like, wow, this person is just, they're a wealth of knowledge. They're so great to work with. I really enjoy their energy and the confidence they inspired in me. So then they do what? They share that with others. That's what they do. And then you end up with what? Referrals to your business without you having to pay for any, and they've already been pre-sold. You don't need to be worried about the phone call. I don't know if they're going to sign up for a package or not. No, they already want to work with you because their friend has vouched for you. And that's what you really want, is you want to be able to create a practice. You get people results. They always want the next level. They keep coming back themselves. So after they've done their first 3 months or 4 months, then they come back once a quarter. And that's always what I've done. So now over the years, well, think about it. Like, okay, you might get, let's say you get 50 new clients a year. All right, well, in month 2, now you're at 100. Month 3, you're at 150. Month 4, you're at 200 clients. Okay, well, you know that you can't do 200 appointments in a month, right? Like you're overbooked. And that's how things work. Like that is how you're able to continue to expand and grow your business. And it could easily be 100 year 1. Like that's probably more realistic. And then 100, and then 200 year 2, and then 300, and then 400. And that's how you grow. That's how I've grown. That's why I've been able to develop a team under me. And that's really what you're shooting for, is client satisfaction. You want them to get excited. You want them to be a part of your plan. You want them to expand, and then you want them to become advocates for you, not just for you so that you can continue to grow your business, but because they've gotten such unimaginable results to them. So amazing that they can't help but share it with others. That is where you're looking to take your business. So continue to follow these steps. Check out last week's show, episode 214. We'll link it up today at ihp.coach/216. And then what we can do is we can continue to build off of this knowledge every single week. So if you're not already a part of the IHP community, I absolutely invite you to do so. You can just head on over to ihp.coach. And also, if you are an IHP, stay tuned for that next level. Stay tuned for HPH. It's coming soon. All right, everybody, have an amazing rest of the week, and I'll talk with you soon.